gotta address YNW Mellys in the
Yep.
double murder trial and the victim's family being disgusted by the rapper's grin. There's a write up about it in allhiphop.com.
Okay.
Um, Came out a few hours ago, and it'll give us an opportunity to talk about some things that maybe we left off when we were talking about day one of the trial. Now we talking about day two of the trial. Now, before we get into the article here, uh, since the last time we spoke about it, that picture has gone viral about this same defense attorney who's pictured with YNW Mellys here. She was
Can
holding
you
up
show the picture?
a book cover. Can I show the picture? I don't know. Well, while I look for the picture, I'm going to
Yeah, you
describe
can
it.
explain it.
The
Yeah.
book cover said evil plans and stuff. Kind of like a tongue in cheek type of thing. A
Yeah.
joke. It could
That
be taken
seems,
as
yeah,
levity,
I
but
seen that. I seen that. And I'm like, why? Does that make sense to me? It made me think like, could your lawyer sometimes be not on your side? I remember I had this one lawyer named Joan, defending me on this case in Central Florida. And she made me and my girl plead out that I was with on the same charge. And it's like I was
no.
thinking, like, why you ain't make one of us plea out? So I can see how these lawyers can be like, they could be with the state, man, trying to,
Yeah.
stay in their good graces.
No, that is a good point. There are people who say that the state and lawyers work together. I'll look at our community section for the picture. I actually shared it in our community section.
Yeah,
Can you
that's
see
cool.
that
That's
picture
dope.
where it
Yeah.
says evil plans and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, that has gone
Why do
viral.
you
I
even
think
have a
that
book in the damn courtroom to me?
listen, man. Like, no, well, she's just trying to cover her mouth so people won't see what she said. But that ain't the right time. This kid's last name is Demons, spelt demons. He has a song called Murder on My Mind. You got a book cover that says evil plans and stuff, and people are describing his grin as devilish. Even the family is saying that they don't appreciate his grin. They feel like they're taunting him. So there's something about his image that is already just
Not good.
it puts people off. You're not
Yeah.
helping this case at all by doing that. And it's like I said in the community section, who needs enemies when you got a defense attorney like that? Now, just to give some context to the story, I'm going to read a
Yeah.
little bit from this article.
Straight up.
The double murder continued in the Florida courtroom on Tuesday. The YNW's double murder trial, they should have said, continued in a Florida courtroom on Tuesday, June 13th. A jury is tasked with deciding if YNW Mellys is guilty of killing his two friends, YNW Sack Chaser and YNW Juvie, in October 2018. If convicted, the rapper faces the death penalty. And that was something that was signed into law by Ron DeSantis here in Florida. If anybody doesn't know that, that's why this case is really monumental. Um, this could be the first rapper that we see get the death penalty. So it's scary stuff. According to a tweet from law and crime reporter Bryson Paul, the victims' families are having a hard time seeing YNW Mellys in the courtroom. They're reportedly disgusted by Melly's ongoing grin, which he flashed multiple times during the proceedings. You see, they don't even want this nigga to be
The
happy.
grin.
Just,
Right. That's
just
what
a
I'm saying.
grin is
That's what I'm
enough to
saying. That's
kind of
crazy.
set people off. So it's like you damned if you do, damned if you don't, but you definitely don't need that
That
you
pressure.
definitely don't need that book cover. But I'll continue. In an audio clip describing the scene, Juvie's mother stood up and started at she stood up and stared at YNW Mellys until he looked at her. And the contentious energy in the room continued throughout the day of the trial. We wasn't there to see this. I didn't see it in real time, but uh I don't know the way that they're describing it, man. I'm looking like it sounds like they want to bake this boy's chicken, man. I don't think it's looking good. You're gonna hear people like Kodak Black's lawyers saying that it's an uphill battle for the prosecution. I'm hearing guys like DJ Academics talk about the support that YNW Mellys has and everything like that, but they don't seem like they playing with him.
Now, I've seen other people that, it's kind of persuading public opinion as well. They are, you know, going on him and saying, "Hey, you got the bullet shell casings in the car." They're making a case that like they feel like he gonna get baked. And I feel
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
yeah,
but I'll say this: the defense, they have been able to raise some doubt in the minds of some people who are watching the proceedings,
yeah,
because they don't have a murder weapon, they don't have the smoking gun in YNW Melly's hand, and there's another person there, the driver. If people suspect that the driver may have done it, that might be enough doubt for Melly to walk. And one thing I know about court proceedings and matters like these is, if the facts are not on your side, you got to argue the process. If the process is not on your side, then you argue the facts. In this situation, they got a lot of cell phone data and all of that kind of stuff. That's why YNW Melly's defense is saying, "Oh, the investigation was shabby. They're just looking to put this on somebody. They didn't follow out the investigation properly." Like, that's why Miramar police had to ask for help from the BSO, and the BSO cop said that this was the worst thing they ever said. So that's what they want to paint the cops as incompetent, and that the investigation was incomplete. We'll see if they're able to pull that off. In the article, they said that there were some emotional moments as well. At one point, a videotape of the Jeep Compass, where both victims were supposedly killed, and began to play. It proved to be too overwhelming for YNW Sack Chaser's mother. Prosecution has prepared Juvie and Sack Chaser's mother for what is about to be shown. Another tweet reads, "Sack Chaser's mother can't fight back the tears and leaves the courtroom. Juvie's mother is tearful but refuses to leave." And then they got the crime scene investigator here going through photos. You want to lace them up with a clip?
yeah, we could.
Okay,
Definitely.
let's just give them a little taste.
Moving on to the next photograph. What are we looking at here?
This is Detective Mark Moretti reading the search warrant for the vehicle.
The vehicle in question, what is it?
It was a Jeep Compass.
Is that the same that's indicated on that photo in the red lettered writing?
Yes.
Moving on to the next photo. What are we looking at in here? I'm going to zoom in here to the hood area.
That is another piece of evidence tape used to seal the vehicle in the same way that we sealed the premises prior to a search warrant. The vehicle and all of its entries are sealed prior to the search warrant being executed.
So, for example, now looking at the screen down here at the bottom of the passenger side doors, that red item, is that the same evidence tape we've been looking at?
Yes, it is.
Moving on to the next photo. What are we looking at in this image?
This is showing the front passenger side portion of the vehicle.
Moving on to the next photo.
This is showing the exterior of the front passenger side and rear passenger side doors.
Have you begun executing and searching the search warrant at this point?
No, I have not.
So what is the purpose of all these exterior outside photos?
All these are to document the vehicle in which I found it when I responded to the search warrant, and all photos are taken prior to execution of the search warrant.
So again, going to the...
Yeah, real Grizzly scene. That's I guess the images that sent YNW's Sack Chaser's mother out of the courtroom. That must be tough, seeing the car riddled with all those defects, we'll say, and having to live through learning that your son is out of here. I mean, I can only imagine what the family is going through, bro. So it's going to be a long trial for everybody involved, especially with everything that's on the line with YNW Melly. One thing that we didn't mention yesterday, on the first day of trial, they brought up the fact that the guy who picked up YNW Melly after whatever transpired, Fredo Bang picked him up.
Yeah, he picked him up, man. I guess.
mean, listen, man, Fredo
That's
Bang
not
has
even-
been known to put in work his damn self. We don't know. This
Yeah,
is just
but-
what they saying on the streets.
That's
But-
not an accessory to a murder because nothing
Who's-
because
Who's to say he
Mellys-
had knowledge of what happened?
right? Like
know?
you don't. It's hard to even put his name into this because if you called me and you like, damn, Bob, come pick me up, man. I'm over here on I'm in Miramar, man. Come pick me up. I'ma just slide and come pick you up.
Yeah.
Then when I get there and you like, yeah, man, I did that shit. I'm gonna be like, hold on, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, if that is what happened, you know,
that
for
is
all,
even what happened. Like,
for
now,
all we know,
he did.
he called him for a ride, and he picked him up, and you know, for all we know, YNW Melly is a victim, and Fredo Bang is just a friend picking up a friend.
Right.
We don't know that there was any foul play on YNW Melly's part, but I'm just speaking to what perception is right now. There's a lot of people who see Fredo Bang as a guy who will step, walk something down, catch one. That's how they're seeing him. So associating him with Fredo Bang is, we just talk about the court of public opinion.
I mean,
you know,
I think
like,
we
I don't
can't
think
do that. I think we can't do that because we're going into a culture. So it's like pretty much he's from the hood. Anybody who he probably can associate themselves around is probably going to give you a public opinion that he ain't right.
Listen,
even if it wasn't, I'm saying even if it wasn't no big stepper, you can have a dude with dreads.
This is the point I'm
Go
trying
ahead.
to make. To the casual listener, this wouldn't make anybody raise an eyebrow. The way that they brought him up is, oh, this guy's an entertainer too, and he picked him up. They probably don't know the history on Fredo Bang.
Yeah,
and everything that's said about.
But you get what I'm saying? Like bringing that up. My point.
They didn't bring it up. I'm saying that people who are looking at this a little bit deeper. I'm trying to give a perspective that is not necessarily going to be on Law and Crime YouTube page. That's not going to be between the jurors. I'm talking about
how people are going to see it. But isn't every rapper a perceived stepper?
No, not the same way as Fredo Bang, bro. Maybe you don't know enough about Fredo Bang's history or something. Maybe
I ain't grew up with him. Look, I mean, I don't know. You know, people got a lot of stuff that they say I wasn't there. I can't really verify. Man, all I'm saying is it's a lot of rappers that have personas. They have personas to be gangsters, steppers. They handle their business. This is the persona of the rap community. I'm saying it's not much. You get what I mean? We don't know what's real, what's fake.
This is what I'm trying to say, though. I'm not trying to crack the case, so I'm not gonna relitigate everything that Fredo Bang has been through. But it's public knowledge. They're not just pulling from the air here. These are things that Fredo Bang has been processed for, that people are connected.
That's like saying with Boosie. But go ahead.
Listen, Boosie. I'm glad you brought that up. Boosie coming to support him ain't a good look either. I'm gonna be real with you, dog. Like the company that this nigga is keeping, it's not a good look, bro.
But it's messed up. If that's the case, we cannot get a fair trial. We need jurors to look at this case and look at this young man as just this young man. If you're gonna let the smoke and mirror.
We're not talking about jurors. That's why I wouldn't be a good juror for this. I wouldn't be. I'm already too biased. I know too much about these people. Yeah, you feel me?
No, not even you. No, bro. There are people that's not from the hood. Point it. They thinking just like you. There's guys that's on the other side of town. They don't know about the hood, but they think like that. They like,
no, you're not understanding what I'm saying. I'm closely invested in the stories of rappers. These are the type of stories that I'm interested in. I watch all the interviews. I listen to the songs. I know about the history of Fredo Bang, G Money, NBA Youngboy, and all of that. We know about. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, I wouldn't be a good juror. The jury is gonna. They're supposed to be there to base this on the events of what happened.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah, this case, not about what somebody did in the past or anything like that.
Who are you hanging around with? You can't base the case. If you're gonna do that, he's guilty. This is why I think.
Yeah, you're saying that'll cloud your judgment. We should just base it on what happened.
We should just base it on what we're doing. If Boosie, Fredo Bang,
right.
you feel like
you're absolutely
he's stepping.
You're absolutely right. Let's be objective. We're not going to bring that kind of stuff up. But I think it's just interesting to bring it up because not everybody could speak to that. I got to speak to the people who's there with me, who's watching this. They thinking what I'm thinking. You see, a lot of people
And it's cool. Yeah, it's cool to judge. I'm not knocking people for judging. I'm saying that it affects people cases when judgment is being put in the wrong situation, and that could hurt somebody that they're not looking at the proper facts and evidence, and they're looking at public opinion. Like, yeah, if everybody say he did it,
no, you're absolutely right. But what I'm speaking to is we're not going to influence the jury. We have less than 2,000 subs right now. They're not watching our channel. Another thing is,
play a part. No,
we don't play a part. And then another thing is the jury. They're not supposed to be watching breakdowns of the case or anything like that. That's against the rules. So if they're watching stuff like that, they're already in violation. Another thing is we're here to speak freely. We're here to give opinions. So I got to be real. I can't just knock all of that out of my mind. Now, if we're speaking of what looks good in the case, I think that people's beliefs are going to go with the weight of the evidence. And I think what's really going to be a problem for them is the cell phone data and not being in places that he said he was, and the fact that they got the car going to a house and people switching clothes. I think all of that's real weird. So we'll have to see how it goes. We're only on day 2. We got a long way to go. Y'all chime in on the comments. Let us know how you feel. I think Bob made some great points. I hope we could make this interesting and informative for you. And if you're still here, go ahead and slap the like button, subscribe, help the algorithm suggest the videos for more people, and keep it real with yourself. You watching the video, y'all repeat watching the videos and then don't subscribe. That's like that. I mean, that's just despicable, man. Come on, man. Keep it real. Subscribe and help us out, man.
Yeah. Now, last statement I'm gonna go on this, man, is listen. Any doubt, I think they should throw it out. You know, we got a lot of brothers and a lot of people that's in that done got out from doing 27, 37 years, and it happened to where they were wrongly convicted. Because of my stance on the justice system, I feel like if it's any doubt, if there's some doubt there that we can't clear, you gotta let the man
these are my closing statements. This ain't about YNW Mellys, right? It's just a general. We got to stop saying free everybody just because they entertain us or we like them. Some of these demons need the needle. They need to be pulled off the streets. If you take kids away from their mamas, I went a little far. I went a little far because I do oppose the death penalty and everything like that. But what I'm trying to say is I do agree with law and order when it comes to situations like this. Now, if you're on the corner selling a few dime bags, I don't think nobody should call the police on you. Feel me? But if you out here on demon time taking babies away from their mothers, I don't have no sympathy for you. I'm not gonna shed no tears. Matter of fact, I'm probably gonna feel a little bit safer with your ass off the streets. This ain't about YNW. We don't know about what his situation is, but just in general, you know, let's keep an objective viewpoint about this. That's all I'm gonna say.
For real, for real. Hey, man, listen, we're gonna catch y'all in the next one. Y'all got to comment on this, man. This is deep, man. We got real deep on you for this one. So chime in, man. We appreciate it, man. Peace.
Yeah.